Welcome to episode 59 of A Message From. We're your hosts. I'm Alyson.
I'm Edward.
It's my birthday week.
Yes. How does it feel?
I don't know. Ask me when is my birthday.
I was going to say, technically it hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet, but it's coming. Wow, I'm old. Lady's old.
Isn't it like next week?
Mm-hmm. 1 week.
So your birthday
from
week
today.
isn't until next week.
7 days. Well, 7 days from today.
It's awkward because it's a Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's like, which week
it could be
does it count
part of
in?
either. You can just decide what week you want it to be a part of.
True. Well, on my calendar, because my calendars start on Monday, it would be this week.
Well, let's just do both. Let's do both. My planner starts on
let's
Mondays.
do both.
But it's 2 birthday weeks.
2 birthday weeks. Aren't we so lucky?
Aren't we so special?
Do you have any plans for your birthday?
Yes, my sister and my brother are coming to stay the weekend. We are...
Your sister and your brother?
My brother-in-law. I have a brother. Hello.
Oh, I was like, you don't have a brother? What the fuck are you talking? Your brother-in-law. Yes, okay.
We're gonna do like Old Town Alexandria because that's something I've always wanted to do, but have not done yet.
You've never done that?
After 5 years almost of living here, yeah.
Check it off the list.
I'm a failure. We've got dinner reservations at a nice seafood restaurant for a Saturday night. Yeah. Pedicures. It's gonna be a good time.
Is your brother going to do a pedicure?
No, I did not make him an appointment.
What are they doing with the dog?
That's a good question.
Is the dog coming?
Oh, no, sadly, no, because they're flying.
Are they flying?
They're flying,
Oh,
and he's
that
too
makes sense.
chunky to fit under a seat.
Yeah. Oh, well, also, aren't dogs like not allowed to fly unless they're like, I don't know what the rules are. I thought I heard that no dogs were allowed to
Well,
like,
it used to be
sit with
service
you anymore.
animals, but you could get a lot of, like, it was a process, and there were, like, appointments and applications and all this stuff, but, like, you could get your dog designated a service animal, but then they changed it to where, like, they changed the rules or something, and then, it was like, you could have an emotional support, but those aren't allowed anymore. And then, so if it's not a service animal, then it has to fit under the seat in front of you, and he will not fit under a seat.
Oh, okay. I see. I thought it was like no animals could be,
because people were being insane, like, bringing, like, peacocks and, like, mini horses and stuff, and, like, squirrels and random things. I'm like, stop it right now.
How does that even fit?
You know, I don't know.
Interesting. Peacock. I mean, are you being exaggeratory as you are wont to do, or
exaggeratory?
Or is that like a real thing you saw somewhere?
I swear it was recently. Unless it was like a whole big movie set or something. There was a video of a lady who like walking on a plane and getting in her seat with a huge peacock and its feathers were like flowing down the aisle.
I am speechless. I haven't seen anything like that, so I'm going to have to take your word for it. But I am skeptical.
I mean, it could have been a very well-produced fake, but there have been legitimate news stories of people bringing, like, ridiculous emotional support animals on planes.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't really done anything in the last week since we recorded.
Oh, God, story
I
of
left
my life.
House twice to go get food. And that's it.
Yeah, what did I do? I left my house to get food, went to the gym a few times. We had a lovely snowstorm yesterday. That was cool. Yeah, no, what have I done? That's about it. Okay, the end. Pack up. Everybody go home.
Yeah. That's how I feel today. That's how I feel. I do want to go for a run, but that's going to happen after this, obviously.
I went to the gym this morning.
Great.
Got that done early.
So since I didn't go anywhere all week for absolutely no reason, I was like, all right, today I'll go somewhere. So I like walked to the park and I decided to read. And I was like, as soon as I left my house, I needed to pee. And I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I was like, this is a joke.
Also, story of my life. Let me tell you about one thing that happened to me this week. I was like, I have to share this. I have to share because I died. So last week we both had this like moment of self/group discovery where like I would be great on Survivor, right?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So anyway, one day this week, I had ordered some new like stools for my counter to sit at. And so the boxes were huge, right? So I'm like, okay, I got to take these boxes out, but I'm not going to break them down yet. I'm going to take them all, like everything is stuffed in one giant box. I'll take it to the recycling and I'll break it down there. So I go about my day like several hours later and I'm changing. And you know how like when you're changing or if you're like folding laundry or whatever, and like you have the clothes in your hand, you like flap them out to like, you know. So I have these pants in my hand.
Why do we do that? Is there a reason?
There's got to be some like weird biological, animalistic like ritual type thing involved with that.
I always did it because of wrinkles, but then I was like, this doesn't really de-wrinkle the clothes.
It doesn't de-wrinkle them. So why do we do it? I don't know.
Okay. I thought there was an answer I didn't know.
I'm doing the de-wrinkle flap, right? And out of the pocket in these pants flies a knife and it clatters to the floor. And I was like, a knife. And I was like, I would totally be so good at Survivor. Like, I just got weapons stashed everywhere. I would be so crafty.
Wait. And these you're putting these away from the laundry, or you're putting these clothes on?
I was taking these clothes off.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I thought that you had somehow washed this article of clothing with a knife in it and then folded it somehow, or like you were just putting it on and then a knife popped out. Okay. So you had somehow... Why did you put a knife? Oh, for the boxes.
For the boxes. See?
And when you said knife, I assumed it was like a...
No, like a switchblade knife. Like a...
Oh, a box cutter.
Yeah. Well, not a box cutter.
An X-Acto knife.
No, like an actual... Like a pocket knife.
Oh. Okay. Wow. I'm so glad we got to exactly what type of knife it was. Well, I was confused.
That's important. I just felt so comfortable with this pocket knife pressed up against my leg. I would just be so good at Survivor.
You know what? That's very Boy Scout of you.
I love a cult.
Yes. You're a little too old, I think, to do a form of scouting.
Yeah.
I deeply apologize.
Yeah, so
you've missed your chance.
We did get some conflicting opinions on my ability to excel in Survivor.
Yeah.
So we got this message. Let's just give it a play.
Listening to the current pod, you guys, Alyson would not survive on Survivor. She would have to eat bugs. That's just gross. She's grossed out by bugs just as much as I am, if not a little bit more. Too funny.
Okay, I'm gonna just say, while I would never in my life eat a bug, I could never eat a bug, we've made it clear that I just would have a weapon stashed somewhere and I could easily forage for other things to eat. I'd survive off leaves, let's be real. And rice. I would scheme for that bag of rice.
Yeah. But here's the thing is, I think that you would eat a bug.
Oh, I would not eat a bug. But let's be clear.
But I think if there's a competition element to it, I feel like you would do it.
Yeah, maybe.
I can see you getting mad and just eating the bug.
If you put someone next to me and and it was a competition, I might eat a bug. That'd be probably the only thing that would get me to eat a bug. Look, I hate bugs.
Yeah.
They're gross. They're disgusting. But I'm going to defend myself here and say every time over the last 2 years that I have visited that woman's home, I have located and killed a spider in the house. So.
Okay.
I can do it.
You can do it. I do think that you would. I
did have a 20-minute standoff with a wolf spider before. There was a lot of screaming, but I mean,
but this is different. These bugs would already be dead.
Spider. Yeah, true. Exactly.
So you would just have to eat it. You wouldn't have to fight it necessarily.
Swallow it whole.
Yeah, I don't know if that's better. Probably the crunchy probably bit. Who knows?
The crunch.
People be eating bugs.
What if there were guts that oozed out when you crunched it?
Yeah, it depends on the bug, I guess. Ugh. But if it's like a cricket, it's probably just like a chip. Yeah.
If it's fried.
Yeah,
that's popular snack.
Obviously, it'd have to be cooked.
Fried crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think you could do it. I think you would do it.
If there's a competitive element to it, I could probably do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
that's
probably
your strength and your weakness.
Yes, I was going to say. That says a lot about me, and it's not all good.
Well, I know we have a lot to discuss in the bottom half.
We do.
Because we have teased this message that we got today from Donovan. So we're going to play it up top so that we can get into it in the bottom half.
Exactly.
So prepare yourselves. It's lengthy, but very good.
Hey, everyone. Hope you're doing great. This is Donovan, and I'm a certified personal trainer. I've been in this industry now for close to 10 years, and the topic we're going to talk about today is goal setting in health and fitness. So a lot of people, they start setting their goals in the month of January because it's, their New Year's resolutions. Now we're heading into the month of March, and what I can tell you is that it's never too late to get started. With respect to health and fitness goals, I usually work with clients and we create them by applying the SMART principles. So being specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Now, if you don't have access to a trainer, that's okay. As long as you have some sort of support network with you, be it, your spouse, your significant other, family, friends. When you create these goals with them, it's going to create some sort of accountability when you're going through those rough patches, like the days where you're not as motivated, because life happens. But at least, when you create these goals, they're aware and they're going to help you throughout those rough days. Another recommendation I can tell you is that when it comes to, health and fitness, pre-planning is a big thing. So if you write out what you're going to do for the week or that specific day, like your workout, and exactly what you're going to do for that day, at least you're heading into that, scheduled workout with a game plan and getting that executed. The reason why I say this is, pre-COVID, if a lot of people were going to the gym, just to go to the gym, you can probably see that not a lot of people, especially starting out, they don't have some sort of guidance in terms of what they're going to do. But at least if you do have it set out, you're going to do this for X amount of time, and these are the exercises that you have set out for that time frame. You're not going to be aimlessly walking around in the gym wasting your time, and you'll actually feel some sort of accomplishment once, you check off exactly what you have scheduled for that day. Another thing I would recommend is also, logging your nutrition. That can be another challenging thing. So if you write out exactly, to the best of your abilities, what you have each day, each meal, broken down to, what you drink, the portion size for each meal, at least it's going to, keep you accountable in terms of, what you're putting into your body and how you're nourishing it when you're going through your fitness journey. even logging your sleep time. You know, if you have a sleep tracker, it's going to track exactly how many hours of rest you're getting, because that's going to be important. And when you do your follow-up, let's say, you know, with myself and work with my clients, I try to follow up with them every 2 weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks, actually, when it comes to, you know, measurements or, you know, getting their weights or doing like a fitness test. That way you can track your progress along the way. Because if you do this without tracking anything, it's going to be really difficult. And that's when a lot of people, they kind of give up. But if you write down everything that you do, that's like the biggest thing that I can tell you there. I want to thank Ed and Alyson for having me on. And, you know, if anyone has any further questions with respect to health and fitness, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Donovan.
Yeah,
wow.
Thanks. We will get into what Donovan sent a message about after this break.
Hi everyone, Alyson here. As you may know, this month on A Message From, we are doing a health and wellness theme. We would love to hear from you with any questions or thoughts you have about health and wellness, so get in touch. Welcome back, as always, from the lovely, refreshing break. We hope you loved it. I love this message from Donovan. First of all,
it's a great message.
It's a great message. 10 years certified personal trainer.
Yeah.
And his voice is so like calming. I want him to
we
do
are always
audiobooks.
Shocked by voices.
And this one is a winner.
Yeah. I agree. So. Obviously, Donovan talks about a lot of stuff in his message, but I think the sort of meat of it, and tell me if I'm wrong, is the like goal setting aspect of health and fitness.
Yes, and how those SMART principles, the specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound, kind of all work to building and achieving those goals.
Yeah. I didn't know that SMART was a thing. Did you know that SMART was a thing?
Not as it like pertains to workouts. It's a very common thing that we talk about in work with like goal setting and like key performance indicators at work, but I've never really applied it to fitness and health goals.
I've never heard of this in my life in any aspect.
Which
then again, in teaching, I don't really need to do SMART goal setting. I just need to I need to get what the unit says is my goals.
Something that he mentioned that I was like, wow, that's good. Like, he said it's never too late to get started, which is so true. I feel like we're...
Oh, yeah. Very cliche, but, like, accurate.
As a society, we're always kind of like, oh, well, it's fine. I'll just do it tomorrow because I messed up today. But it's like, just because you, like, postponed one thing or messed up one little thing in the day doesn't mean the whole day is ruined. Like, it's never too late to start. Just get started.
True.
Yeah.
Like today, I told myself last night I was going to go for a run, and then I woke up and I said, no, it's not going to happen. And then as the day went on, I decided I will go for a run.
Well, you need to listen to your body, too. If you're not feeling it.
That, too.
You're not
but
feeling
every
it.
morning my body says no. But I think that's just getting old.
Yeah.
I really was like, oh, that's a really good idea when he discussed writing out your workout for the whole week, so you don't have to think about it. Like, you know, like the whole like meal prepping thing where it's just like, well, then you just automate it and you don't have to like worry about thinking it through during the week. So you've got so many other things to do. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. And I have done it in the past, but like not knowing that I did it.
I do that. I do that now, and it works really well. Usually on Sunday or Monday, I will plan all of the workouts for the week, and I know which days I'm working out at home, which days I'm working out at the gym, what like all the exercises that I'm doing. I mean, I guess it's easier for me because I'm the one who's like writing the workouts that, you know, when I work out with other people, I lead them, so I write them. So yeah, it just all gets.
But even
out.
even if you just said like, oh, like today I'm going to do this, tomorrow I'm going to go to this class, and then like, you know, I think that would, you know, still half the battle.
Yeah. I do that, and it does help because you already have, like you said, you already have that schedule and plan written out. So all you have to do is just execute it.
Right.
Which I guess for some people is the hard part, right? Like actually finding the motivation to get up and do it. And, you know, because motivation isn't always going to be there. That was another thing that Donovan mentioned. Like, you're going to, like you this morning, you're going to have those mornings where you wake up and you're like, I just don't feel like doing it. And that's where, like, just dedication has to take over and discipline has to take over. Because you're not going to be motivated all the time, you know?
True. Yeah. Yeah. What do you do if you don't have discipline?
Well,
determination.
Donovan also mentioned something really good, is that you need a support system. Like, coming from one of the most, like, independent people who is always like, I don't want your help, I don't need your help, leave me alone, I can do it by myself. Like, even I am able to...
Sounds very healthy.
So healthy. I am the epitome of mental health. Even I can recognize the importance and the benefits of a support system. Like, for example, when I was going to the gym in the mornings at like 5:15 a.m. before work, like, no, I wasn't always motivated to get up out of bed, but I knew my friends were going to be there. Like, they knew I was going to be there. We were going to see each other. We were going to push each other. Our trainer was going to push up. He would absolutely call us out if we, A, didn't show up, or B, were late. But it's like, you know, you have those relationships and those people you can rely on that kind of, like, give you that little boost to just get up and go. And it's kind of the same now. Like, I work out with my sister and a friend, usually 2 or 3 times a week. And it's like, you know that someone is there, both kind of like depending on you, but then also there to motivate you and push you as well. So it's good to have that support system.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. And I think that even what we did with the challenges, where it was more of, we weren't doing them at the same time, obviously, because that would not work out. No. Everyone knows about the time zones. But it's enough sometimes just to have someone to be like, oh, they're doing it also, and just to check in with. But it is true, when you need to, like, go to those workout classes or, like, go to the gym at those, like, insane hours. And it does help a lot when someone else is going to, like, you know, someone else is going to be there. Yeah.
It helps a lot. Something that I struggle with, though, like, those things, maybe it's because I have been, you know, working out in a variety of different settings for many, many years. Like, those things, those aspects, like the planning out of the workouts, like finding and maintaining a support system, pushing myself in that sense, like, I don't struggle with those things. But something that I do struggle with is kind of two parts of that, like, SMART framework. Time bound, like, and measurable. When I set my goals, like my fitness goals and stuff, I never really set a time limit on them. So what, like, then it's like, what is the impetus to, like, achieve the goal?
What's the point then of setting the goal?
And then like, measurable, I have done it in the past. You know, there were times where I weighed myself regularly and, like, tracked my weight and, like, wrote down my weight every single time I weighed myself. Or, like, there were a handful of, what do I want to call them? Like, fitness, I don't want to call it, like, a session, but they were, like, a group that I was working out with, and our trainer would have, like, do I'm just speaking gibberish.
Yeah, I'm confused.
I'm
Not gonna
confusing
lie.
myself. Okay, so I was doing like a small group workout thing. It was whatever, X number of weeks. And at the beginning, we did a set number of workouts. You can say like measure how many push-ups can you do in this amount of time, or like how fast you run a mile, like that kind of stuff. Kind of like a little mini challenge, and you measure, record all your times. A test, yeah. And then you do it at the end so you can see how you've changed and grown.
Yeah.
I don't ever do that for myself. I don't take my measurements. I don't even weigh myself anymore. I probably should, because I bought that dang scale. But
but also doesn't measurable also, I thought measurable meant
measurable goals, as in like, you can put so I guess I'm thinking of measurables like in the literal sense, but like, so let's say your goal is you want to lose weight. Well, how much weight do you want to lose? Like,
yeah, then you would measure weight.
Yeah.
But if you just wanted to, I don't know, do push-ups, or I don't know, like, you would
well,
just
that would be like
push-ups you would want to do.
You want to increase your strength, and one measure of that increase in your strength is being able to do X number of push-ups, or just saying, I want to
like X
increase the number of push-ups I can do by whatever, you know?
Right. But if you're just trying to like look fitter, then I guess you would measure like what your biceps look like, or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if it's more about like an aesthetic thing, then it would be like measurements like that.
Bodybuilding. Those are the words
Bodybuilding.
I'm looking for. Yeah. So I guess measurable does just mean whatever the fuck you want it means, depending on the goal that you decide to set.
Yeah, pretty much. But so I guess that's one thing that I can take away from this, is that I should set specific goals, and obviously set those goals within this SMART framework.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what I have. Like, I mean, I guess I don't do time bound either currently. So maybe I'm not good at that. But I don't know if I'm not good at it. I just don't ever implement it.
Just don't do it. And maybe this doesn't work for everyone, you know? You got to find your own, what works for you. The same thing
I feel like
now
I'm going to try to do, like in April, starting in April, maybe. Because I'm doing my 14 challenges, obviously, for the month of March. Maybe I'll implement the SMART principles into my goal setting and my fitness. Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that too.
Sounds like it's going to be difficult at first, but
I'm sure it will.
Yeah, to like recalibrate the mind.
Mm-hmm. That's it. It's all the mental thing.
I do love keeping track of things, though, so this does seem like it lends to keeping track.
Yes, you do love keeping track. Whereas I'm like, there have been times where I've like tracked my food intake and stuff, and like measured everything out and wrote everything down, and I just get so like worn out by it, because then I'm like,
well, that's intense.
Oh, well,
that's very intense.
I can't eat this if I don't measure it and write it out, like how many grams is it, and then how many calories is it, and then because I love to cook and experiment with food and like make new things, and I make all my own dressings and all that stuff, I'm in there like, you know, when I cook, I'm not a measurer. I'm not a measurer. So when I am tracking food and I'm like cooking and trying new things, then I have to be a measurer, which I'm like, I don't know, it's exhausting.
Yeah, I've hated doing that. Hated it.
So I've done it before multiple times, but it's not something that for me would ever work permanently, like long term. I can do it for a few months, and then after that, I'm like, I can't keep up with this anymore.
The nutrition logging?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like goal setting.
Oh, no. I was like, the nutrition logging. I can only set goals for 2 months, and then I'm done.
Oh, keeping track. That's how we got on here. I was like, huh? What?
Tracking the food and nutrition. But,
yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess the other thing that he mentioned that was interesting to me and that I kind of wanted to talk about was sleep tracking.
Oh, yeah. My forte.
Your forte. It's the same as like me with the nutrition tracking. I'll do it for a while, and then I just don't keep up with it anymore.
what do you use? Like a
because I have a
paper and
Fitbit.
pencil?
Well, I have a Fitbit, and so it just like
doesn't it do it automatically?
it does it, but like I don't wear it every night. I don't wear it every single night to sleep in. Sometimes I charge it at night, and then the other thing is too is like I just don't look at it. Like I know it's just on the app on my phone, and I can just look at it and see what my sleep score is. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm just like I always tell other people. I give other people really good advice, and then I don't take my own advice. I'm always like, you need to listen to your body. You need rest. Rest is really important to maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Like, yeah, you do need to work out, but if you're exhausted today, like, give your body a rest. Like, get some sleep. And then I just don't even pay attention to my own sleep. And I'm like, I work out every single day.
When I had a Fitbit that would automatically do it, I was always gutted when it was dead and I couldn't like track my sleep at night. It was also great because I sometimes didn't know what time I went to bed, and it would be great to know what time I did.
Yeah, that's true. But for me, I'm always like the night that my Fitbit is about to die and I have to charge it, I take it off and I'm like, oh, this wrist feels so free. Look at me, like, stretching my arm out, putting it wherever I want it. So comfortable.
Yeah, that's true. It was like a bitch to always wear all the time, and I kind of don't really miss it. And I'm always like, I really want like an Apple Watch, but like, do I really want an Apple Watch? I have been using the same sleep app since 2012, called Sleep Cycle. Obviously, I have lost a few phones since then, so my sleep data has been lost, and it's soul-crushing. But
heartbreaking.
It's fine. I try not to think about it. But I used to be like really. I mean, it's so much easier when you like have to turn on an app and turn it off when you wake up, like because I'm forced to look at it every morning. And I don't know. It's the way it works has changed, and like who even fucking knows if it's like super accurate, but it. I mean, when I put it next to my bed and I turn it on at night and I wake up in the morning and look at it and I'm like, yep, that does seem right. That does seem right. So I don't know. I used to be really intense about it. I used to like, there's an option to like click all the categories of like how you felt during the day and like how you felt at night and like what you did and blah, blah, blah. And I used to literally sit there and click all the things. And then after I think losing like my second or third phone, I was like, yeah, no, this is not, I'm just going to turn it on. And it's so easy. I literally just set up a thing on my phone to like click a button and it just turns on. And then I turn it off when I wake up. Because it's like, I don't know. There's a button on it that like is very like annoying to look at. I hate when there's like irregular things on my phone screen. So right when I wake up. And yeah, I don't know. I love it. Do I look at it super often? No. But I do know when I'm like not getting great sleep. So will I continue to do it until the day that I die? Probably.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
We all
Am I
know
just
that.
giving away like data about me? Absolutely. Do I care? Not really. I really don't.
I mean, can we care? Literally, if we're going to be sticklers about like giving our data away to people, you've got to go off the grid. You can't have a cell phone. You can't have a job that requires a computer. You can't have any subscriptions to anything. Which actually you're fine because you use my Netflix. So we're halfway
true, but
there.
I pay for like 6 other things. Yes, I use your Netflix. A lot of people use my Wow Presents Plus account. I'm surprised. We were supposed to do a Spotify thing with Bobby, but that never ended up coming to fruition.
Yeah, that didn't go through. So now we all just have our own Spotify accounts, which I'm like, why are we all just wasting our money? Why aren't we on the family plan?
It does seem so much easier, but then I think about it and it's like we're 3 different currencies. Which seems like just unnecessarily complex for like 2 euros.
True. That's a good point. 3 different currencies and 3 different time zones. Not that the time zone matters for a Spotify account.
No, it does not. It doesn't.
In case
I guess
you were wondering.
I don't know, do you pay by year? Maybe that would be easier. Just pay like a lump sum.
Mine's monthly, but I wonder if they have a pay up front option.
I don't know. Because I have some apps that I pay for by year and some things I just pay per month.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you, Donovan, for this genuinely very, very in-depth and like informational
insightful.
massage.
I'm actually really looking forward to implementing some of these techniques.
Yeah, I know. I'm like glad that we have this doc so that I can go back and like look at the notes.
And if you guys are interested in learning more or potentially hiring Donovan for virtual training services. Or if you are in Canada, perhaps in-person training. We have his email address. You can get in touch with him. We'll put it in the show notes and all that stuff. But the email is anh.donovan, DONOVAN, .nguyen, NGUYEN, @gmail.com.
Yep. And like we said, that'll be in the show notes. So you can check that out down there and get in contact with Donovan to get his insightful insights. That's not
insightful insights.
Sounds so dumb. You can get in touch with him.
We never said you were smart.
No. Just the principles. Okay, anyway. That's it for today. Contact us at 202-630-4509 if you would like to send us a message. If you live in the United States, obviously. If you don't live in the U.S., send us a message to a message from pod@gmail.com. Check us out on amfpod.com and a message from on Instagram for more content, and send in reviews, 5-star reviews to Apple Podcasts. And
5-star reviews only.
We'll kiss your little faces. All right.
We will.
Until next time, goodbye.
Ciao, ciao.